So, dear customers, in this sequence, we would like to inform you about the hot topic, data security or cybersecurity, data ownership, which comes along with ETOS, of course. And for that reason, I brought Tobias, one of our experts in that field. So thank you for supporting us.
Hello, Stefan.
Tobias. So, Tobias, could you please give us detailed information about that topic? What is behind data security in regard to our ETOS system?
Mm-hmm. So the first aspect to take into account is that in terms of cybersecurity, we ensure that every component that we offer for ETOS is not connected to any cloud system as a standard solution. So that means that the data ownership is completely in the customer's hand. So that means that MR or any other supplier does not have any connection to ETOS per se. I mean, there is an option that if the customer wants us to look at the data periodically and also offer cloud solutions, some of our customers want this, we can offer solutions with encrypted communication from ETOS to our cloud solution, but this is just optional, but not as a standard. So, and also what is important is the term security by design. That means when we developed the system, we took into account all the different security requirements that we know, and we implemented them in the design phase already. That means that we offer encrypted communication. So if you want to configure the system via a web browser, you need a TLS encryption and connection to the device. The data is encrypted, the passwords are encrypted, and also all communication settings can be changed to the customer's needs in terms of security also. What is also important to know is that in terms of security, it's not a one-time action. So, of course, we took into account many of the aspects and requirements, and we can say when we ship the system, it will be on the latest version and of the different components, security components. But of course, it can always happen that there will be a security issue with one component. That happens also with other devices like your smartphone and so on. So what we are doing is that we offer the customer updates in case there is a critical security issue. So this is something that we also take into account.
Okay, very interesting. Thank you, Tobias. I would like to summarize here: the data belong to the customer, not to MR or to anybody else. This is very important. We have security by design, you mentioned, philosophy. And last but not least, we are continuously working on closing security gaps or improving this overall system, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. It brings me to the point. How do we ensure that the customer's data do not get into the wrong hands or not stolen or something like that?
So first of all, what I also mentioned before was all our data is encrypted on the device. So the first barrier, so to say, is to get a physical connection to the device. And in case you have it, you need a encrypted connection to the device, like TLS encryption, to get to the device. Then the next one will be the authentification. There we have a role-based access control. This is also a standard, so to say, in the critical infrastructure, so that even at the customer side, only the functions that are allowed to look at the data or to change parameters or to operate the device is then able to do so. That means we have 5 different roles, which could mean just look at values or, like I said, to change the tab position, for example, or even to create or deactivate accounts like the administrator.
Okay, sounds plausible. And very logical. So thank you on that point here.
And then what I also need to say is that we just offer communication interfaces, but what happens from ETOS to the customer's superordinate levels or superordinate systems, like an enterprise asset management system, like a SCADA system, is not in our hands. So we can just offer the interfaces and ensure that the system itself secures the security aspect on this level. But of course, it also needs to be implemented by the customers into other systems.
Yeah. So that means there is also a responsibility on the customer side.
Exactly.
In regard to that topic.
Exactly.
Talking about certification, are we certified or tested in that regard?
So there are many requirements that you need that you need to meet in a critical infrastructure. So when you want to sell products into a critical infrastructure. And so we took into account the security aspect of our products many years ago. But it's not only our own vision of how security should be interpreted, but there are also external audits where we can prove that we have 100% compliance to the standard requirements that you need for substations.
Okay, I see. Yeah. So on the process level,
exactly,
and so on. All right.
And in this external audit, so what they prove is for all the aspects that I was talking about, like the encryption, like the role-based access control, and many other things that they test and prove, and they try to hack our system, but 100% conform also means that they couldn't.
Okay, all right. So Tobias, how can customers actually contact you in terms of cybersecurity questions?
So we have a central email address, which is called productset@rheinhausen.com. So in case there are any questions concerning our cybersecurity of our products, they can contact us. They can ask for any help regarding cybersecurity. They can even report issues they have. And this is our central communication email address.
Last but not least, Tobias, and we mentioned already, what about software updates, if any? Who is taking care about that? How about the intervals of software update? What can we say to our customers in that regard?
So first of all, the software updates are very rarely. So that means it doesn't happen every month or every half a year that we offer software updates. We only offer software updates in case there are critical software issues or security issues. That means we have a scanning process and we are connected to the typical databases where we see the security issues of the last 24 hours, and if some of our components are
affected.
Yeah, thank you. And if so, then we fix the issue as soon as possible. So this is really a fast process. And then there is our customer portal. So it's portal.rheinhausen.com, where the customer can register their devices. That means they can register them with the serial number and get all the documentation of the device, like also the documentation that we have, like the operating instruction, like the wiring diagram, but also they can download there the latest firmware that is free of current known security issues.
Okay, I see. That means it would definitely make sense that our customers register on the Rheinhausen portal.
Absolutely.
So Rheinhausen.com, register their equipment there and are more or less up to date all the time in case of software updates. All right.
And there's even sorry to interrupt you. There's even a notification. So that means you don't need to look into the portal every week or so, or every month. You get a notification in case there is a severe security issue, and you should download then the latest firmware. But to be honest, this never happened since we launched ETOS.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, it's definitely a good feature as long as our customers are registered on the customer portal, they are getting proactively a notification, an email, a message that a new update is available, and so our customers can just click on download and do it by themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah.
That sounds like a plan. Thank you, Tobias. I think we discussed all the points which are important in terms of data security, cyber security, and of course, data ownership. Thank you very much.